McDonald's.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
That's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
They're all your favorites.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and this was not a normal press conference. This was not a normal DoorDash delivery. This was a full-blown distraction, a red herring. And right in the middle of this is a woman, Sharon Simmons, just caught up in the whole thing.
Borders. They want to have men playing in women's sport. Do you think that men should play in women's sports?
I really don't have an opinion on that.
You don't? I'll bet you do.
No, I'm here about no
Pizza.
tax on tips.
Yeah.
She shows up to do her job and deliver Donald's Happy Meal, maybe speak on something she actually cares about, this no tax on tips policy, which helps workers in tipped jobs keep a little more of what they earn. And in her case, it matters because her husband has cancer. They burned through their savings, and now she's out here working, doing what any American would do, trying to stay afloat. And that's where the irony hits. Because here she is, working harder, picking up extra jobs, delivering DoorDash, bringing fast food to the White House, to the same guy whose policies cut cancer research funding.
Can you kind of break it down to us and tell us what this no tax on tips really means for you?
Well, what this really means for me is, as they said last year, my husband, he was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. During that time, I was able to take some time and take him to his appointments and, be there with him. But, as you know, going through treatment, even with insurance, you kind of break the bank. And, we pretty much went through our savings.
She's out here grinding to cover treatment costs while he's out here slashing the very systems that help people like her husband. That is the reality. And instead of addressing the real issues, what does he do? He turns it into a spectacle.
You're really nice. Would you like to deliver a news conference with me with these people? These are not the nicest people. They're not nice like you. You know that, right?
I'll do whatever you ask me to do, sir.
He drags her into political questions. He tries to get her to agree with him on issues that she's not there to talk about. Then slaps her on the back. How about just tip her and let her get on her way? But this isn't controlled. This is him going off script, trying to grab onto anything he can to change the subject and drag everybody into his delusion. Because that's what this is. It's a distraction. It's a way to pull attention away from the fact that his own base just turned on him, that he got called out for something even his supporters could not defend. So instead, he creates a moment, drags in a driver, and tries it to turn into something completely unrecognizable. It's hilarious that she refuses to agree with him on his men and women's sports question, but he still corners this DoorDash driver and gets her to do an interview with him. Now she's really walking on eggshells because she's representing the company DoorDash, not just her support of no tax on tips. And at this point, you've got to say it out loud. Donald Trump has lost it. There is something seriously wrong here, and something seriously needs to be done. Because when you're out here bragging about acing a cognitive test, that's not some kind of achievement. You're already told on yourself. That's not a flex. That's baseline. That's what you're supposed to be able to do.
The New York Times described the cognitive test that Donald Trump was boasting about as, quote, a 10-minute screening exam meant to highlight possible problems with thinking and memory. And the questions include being able to draw a clock and identifying a lion, rhino, or camel. A perfect score is 30. A score from 26 to 30 is considered normal. So a perfect score on the cognitive test that Donald Trump claims he aced is normal. The only reason to repeatedly administer cognitive tests to Donald Trump would be doctors' concern about Donald Trump's cognitive ability.
And the only reason doctors keep giving you these tests more than once is because they're concerned. They're watching for decline. They're watching for instability. And that's what those tests are for. So when you're out here celebrating it like you've done something extraordinary, all you're really doing is confirming what people already are starting to see. And now you've got people like Lawrence O'Donnell laying it out plainly, pointing to the moments, the behavior, the pattern, and asking the question a lot of people are starting to ask themselves. What is actually going on here? And when you step back and look at all of this, it's pretty clear what's going on. Donald Trump is in panic mode. This is what a cornered rat looks like. Everything is closing in around him. His own base is turning on him. The world is mocking him. His policies are failing. And instead of leading, instead of fixing anything, he's flailing. He's grabbing onto anything that he can. DoorDash drivers, press stunts, distractions, trying to change the subject before everything catches up to him. Meanwhile, Americans are struggling. Prices are up, lives are harder, and nothing he promised is getting fixed. And instead of answers, we get chaos. That's the tip, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.
Did you know that the big wireless carriers like Verizon and AT&T made over $18 billion in profit last year? How? By overcharging you for unlimited data, most of which you probably aren't even using. But what if you could get paid to use your phone less and only pay for the data you do use? Well, with Noble Mobile, you can. For just $50 a month on their No Bull plan, you get unlimited data, and whatever data you don't use, you get cash back right in your pocket. People who switch to Noble can save an average of $500 to $1,000 a year. It's a no-brainer. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT and our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan.